He frequently retranslated parts of the New Testament, and it shows up in his books and teachings. He called the translations literal translations according to usage. He would introduce them by saying things like, "It more accurately reads," or "It properly reads." Accurate and more emphatic when translated. Let me give you an example. He didn't especially like John 1. It contradicts some of his beliefs. And so he retranslates chapter 1, especially the first 18 verses. And it's like a verbal blizzard. In Greek, there's only 36 words. King James has 42, pretty close. Wierwille has 91 words. In other words, he adds over 90 words that don't have any Greek equivalent in the text. A verbal blizzard. Now, why so many words? Why add these? Was he a poor thinker? You know, politicians snow you with a lot of words when they don't want you to know what their beliefs are. Lawyers snow you with a lot of words when they want to hide a clause that they know you wouldn't agree with. And so Wierwille, in this translation according to usage, he flips back and forth between three different meanings of the word logos. How does he pick? Whichever one he feels like. He changes word order. Things like the word was God, he changes to God was the word. He replaces pronouns like he with nouns like God. He inserts words like in God's foreknowledge when the Greek just says with. And he introduces definitions that are not according to usage. Verse 12 is another example. He inserts the word namesake in place of name, even though the other 235 occurrences in the New Testament don't use the theme of namesake at all. He introduces a new word or meaning for logos and violates the context. Clearly, his rendering of John 1 is free. In fact, it's so free, there's almost no relationship between the Greek text and his, because he's introducing so many of his own thoughts. It's as though he wore out a scissors clipping out words and went through buckets of paste and glue, pasting in his words that were not in the original Greek. God should have sent Wierwille back in time to visit the Apostle John. Can you picture the Apostle John? He would have said, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you, Vic. You know, I have so much trouble writing and being clear. I tend to write things short. You know, it's so great that you're here to clarify and to rewrite this for me." Well, I don't think so. Wierwille followed his whims, and there's a couple ways to tell. And he followed his whims rather than following research. One side comment in one time, he said, "Oh, it'd be tremendous to translate it." In other words, it made himself feel good to rewrite it and rephrase it in this way. He was following his feelings, not the research. It'd be tremendous to translate it, he felt. The second thing, and more indicated, is that he contradicts himself. His literal translations contradict each other and are different and not able to be reconciled.